Hello and welcome, sports fans, to this live streaming event from Table Rock Sports Productions in partnership with our local school districts. We want to say thank you to our local sponsors who make these live athletic streams possible. We'd ask that you would support their business if you can possibly do so. I'm Terry Ross along with Dan Hartwell coming to you live from Lithia and Driveway Fields in Medford, Oregon. This is the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week as we get set for this matchup between Chemeketa, I think I got that right, and Rogue Community College. They trying to teach me down there on the sidelines how to say it because I've heard it about 4 different ways, but they said it's Chemeketa. So that's the way we'll go with it for today. Coverage today is brought to you by Table Rock Sports, Oregon's leading provider of live high school athletic streams through our Lithia Superstore Game Center at TableRockSports.net. And we'd like to say welcome to our home and visiting fans that are watching today. Our sponsors are the ones that keep these events free for fans to enjoy, so please let them know that you appreciate their support. We also, here at Table Rock Sports, invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And over 4,500 of you have already done so, and we say thank you for doing that. It's time now for the Abby's Pizza pregame show with locations to serve you throughout Southern Oregon. Make Abby's Pizza your post-game stop with a menu that covers all your family's favorites. Abby's is an Oregon post-game tradition since the 1970s. We'll see you after the game at Abby's. And what we'll have next is the Abby's Pizza pregame show as you continue to listen to the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night on TableRockSports.net.
The Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Medford Superstore wants to buy your vehicle. So we'll beat any other dealer's offer to buy your vehicle by $500. And if we don't buy your vehicle, we'll fill up your gas tank. Only at Lithia Dodge.
Whether it's game day or a family get-together, Sherm's has the quality products and prices that will make you cheer. Sherm's Thunderbird Market, Medford's original discount grocery store.
You want diverse venues? We got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
The Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Medford Superstore wants to buy your vehicle. So we'll beat any other dealer's offer to buy your vehicle by $500. And if we don't buy your vehicle, we'll fill up your gas tank. Only at Lithia Dodge.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
And we'll welcome you back to the Abby's Pizza pregame show. Chemeketa, that's the way they told me to pronounce that thing. Let's take a look at Chemeketa. They, you'll give me a second here. I've got to get the internet to work more quickly than it wants to work. Chemeketa leads the southern region now of the NWAC, the Northwest Athletic Conference. They are 8-0-3 in conference play, 8-1-4 overall. They haven't scored a lot of points in conference play. They've scored 26, but they play great defense. They've only allowed 7 goals over those 11 ball games. Meanwhile, Rogue is struggling, and part of that is, we'll explain here as we go along, they're 0-9-2. They've scored 3 goals in conference play, and they've allowed 41. But here's the deal. I talked to the officials about this. Rogue is not playing with an 11-man roster. And today they've only got 8. And so I asked him, I said, does that mean that Chemeketa then has to put out 8? And he's like, nope. The rules say if you have 11, you can put out 11. So the game's going to be 11 on 8, which might explain the problem because they haven't had a full roster all season. So we'll see how things go for them. It's difficult to win a game if you don't have a full roster, and that's kind of what Rogue is up against right now. Just don't have enough players to play the game. So we will just leave it there, I guess. You need to stay tuned at halftime for stats and updates brought to you by the Bedford Parks and Recreation Department. They would also like you to know the Fall's Activities Guide is out now with sports leagues, classes, and activities for all. Visit playmedford.com to learn more. So Chemeketa is going to be trying to do what the Rogue Ospreys men team did, and that is win the South region. They did that just earlier today when they won their game. They became the South Region champs, which gives them a first round bye in the playoffs, and Chemeketa is aiming for the same thing today. They are getting ready to line up in lieu of introductions and a national anthem. They'll just line up there, and then both teams will walk out to the middle, and everybody will shake hands, and from there we'll play. We'll take another quick break here as you're listening to the Lithia Superstore Game of the Day on TableRockSports.net.
Diverse venues, we got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
The official pregame fist bump. That's pretty funny. The officials turned to the Rogue Ospreys team for their fist bump. The Rogue was walking away. So, we will say that the official did say the problem here with playing with 8 is if they lose 3 players and get down to only 5 available, you have to forfeit the game. As long as you get 6, you can play. But this is going to be difficult. 11 on 8. They have no substitutes. So you can have no injuries. So that's just a tough situation for Rogue to be in. In goal, interesting. Oh, there's a goalkeeper. In goal will be, I'm going to have to make sure we got the right person in goal. If I can see the number. Yeah, it looks like that's 99. There's going to be Ella Holweg. And I have to appreciate the Chemeketa coach. Oops, there goes the clock. Let's get it started here. Oops. Yours truly did not fix it. So, when they get there, in a few seconds, we'll do that. But she has all of the phonetics for her team's names. That's out of bounds. Chemeketa will retain possession. Out of bounds again. Kicking that one away was Addison Vrains. But Chemeketa grabs that one. Around one, but can't get around the other two. Chemeketa having more trouble getting it in than you would think. Unfortunately, it looks like the majority of the game is going to be played right down here on Rogue's end. Getting that off is Lemus. And then Kiger will get it right back. Low bill. Rogue playing hard, but that goes off of Chemeketa. It was off of Heiser. DePetta had it there for just a moment for Rogue. But now they'll get it back to Avery Onyensen. Onyensen, and go down to the far side. Punched away by the Rogues. Sent the other way again, that time by Michaelis. Up and out into the parking lot. That one goes. So Rogue will have a goal kick coming up. Fire this through. But Chemeketa will grab that. The Storm, as they are otherwise known as. And on a couple of bounces, Vrains will grab that. So far for the first 4.5, it's looking pretty good for the Osprey. It's going to go out of bounds. And bounding it will be Alyssa Tapia Stockwell. Stockwell got it in. Storm will try and work it downfield again. Vrains will come out and grab that. Closing in on that one in a hurry was Emery Lowen. On Yun Soon grabs it. Here comes the storm again. There's a shot on goal, but wide left. That was Lemus with that shot. That'll be another goal kick for the Ospreys. And goal. Now they stopped the clock. We played more than 4.5 minutes. Okay, the scoreboard here is not working. So Lemus put that one in. Now they'll set it up again and see what they can do. To the middle. Can they control it? No. The Ospreys will take it. And throw all back in defense, so there's nobody there to get it when the pass goes long. Except a bunch of green shirts. Out of bounds. Chemeketa will have it. Out here to the side. There goes again. Into the middle. Knocked away. Taking a fire on goal that time for the Storm was Lowbill. And Vrains out of the net. But the Ospreys played some defense and knocked that one away. I believe it was Callie Mikhailis that got there. There's another shot on goal. That one's too high. Madison Holsteg with that one. We couldn't quite get that one down. Out of bounds. Trying to catch up with it was Gutierrez, Natalie Gutierrez, who also plays goalie when she's not on the outside. And there's a shot on goal, but Vrains will handle that in the air. Lemus with another shot that time from long distance. There's the punt. And out of bounds. And over the Vincent goes, but they'll just grab a spare one that's sitting there. Chemeketa with a 1-0 lead on the John L. Scott scoreboard as soon as I put it up, huh? In fact, if I would do you a favor, I'd get rid of that. So Chemeketa has a 1-0 lead. Back it goes. It was calling for rain here in the Rogue Valley, but no rain to be found today, that's for sure. Kicking it out of bounds for Chemeketa is Isabella Nanoski. And Onyun Sun took that goal kick. Now they'll try, the Storm will try and get it through again. Nope, not that time. And what do we have? Have a foul on the Storm. So Rogue will kick it. If you're wondering where all the crowd is, there isn't one much here. I turned on the microphone all the way up, and I don't think we'll hear much. The Storm pushing it through, back to the middle, headed away that time by the Osprey. But Chemeketa is going to get it. Osprey to inbound this. For those of you just tuning in and weren't with me the last game, I may have to do that a couple more times. And in the middle it goes. Can't get it shot off that time for sure. There's one. Vrains will keep it in. Bring it back out. Chemeketa is not even going to challenge the ball, but it's because you kick it far enough. That's all there is green shirts. There's a shot. That won't go. Vrains will boot this out of here. That last shot was put up by Tatum Kiger. Again, all the action right now basically on the Osprey side of the field. Holweg standing back there, a goal for the Storm. Really doesn't have anything to do today, except maybe get a suntan. That's out of bounds. Way up in the stands. Getting ready to inbound it. Skydie Heiser. And that's going to go way offline. Another goal kick coming up for the Osprey. That one, I guess, went over the fence. Here comes Chemeketa again. They got it ahead, got it in there. Nope. Chasing it down was Low Bill, but Low Bill couldn't get there in time. Vrains will punt it away. Onion soon will head it away, back this way for Chemeketa. And now have it back in Osprey territory. Trying to line it up again. There's Low Bill with it. Over to the middle. No, there's nobody there. Oh, here they come again. Pushing it. Now the Storm trying to push it maybe a little more vigorously. There's going to be a 1-2 bouncer that Vrains will take. Onion Sue taking it again. Onion Sun taking it again. Now to Low Bill. Low Bill around one. Low Bill to the middle. Knocked away. That time by Michaelis. Into the middle, and that is going to go wide right. That was off of the foot of Lowen. Storm have it back. Onion Sun. They get it out to Low Bill. Low Bill. Get rid of it quickly. There's Kiger or Lemus with it. Now his way back to Onion Sun. Around in the middle to Lowen. Well, Lowen loses it temporarily. Storm gets it back. Take it back as Kiger. Onion Sun. We'll take it. Move it to the middle. Out to the side, but the Osprey will step inside in front of that one, and Onion Sun will set it up again. There's a shot on goal, but that doesn't go all the way through. Chemeketa looking for a hole in the Rogue defense and not finding it at the moment. Although we're playing the whole game down here in Rogue Osprey territory. Winding up and shooting and going wide to the right. Low one. Or Lemus, rather. Wrong L. Lemus with that one. Going wide right. There's a shot. That one's wide right. Lemus again. So Lemus is just winding up and firing. Assuming that sooner or later something's going to go in. Oh, hey, here's one. Rogue sub. Or at least coming into the game. Number 11 for Rogue. Peyton Miller. Miller immediately is fresh, so she'll inject some life into the team for the moment. Low Bill. Into the middle, and no. It's going to be Rogue Osprey ball. So the Osprey have kept it to a 1-0 game, which is commendable considering we played pretty much 20 minutes of this first half. In fact, it's commendable in that the first half of the first half is over and you've only allowed one. And there goes out to Chemeketa. At Lemus again, but nothing going. Lemus has had like 3 or 4 shots on goal. It has yet to put one in. Some of them, admittedly, rather long distance and probably not much of a chance of it going in, but still. So, and there's Varnes taking the corner kick from the Storm and booting it downfield, only to find green shirts awaiting. Trying to get everybody in the right order. Now the Osprey will inbound it. And back out of bounds. This time to the Storm. The Storm have it back down in Osprey territory, where they've spent an awful lot of time in this first half. Push it through, and there's the score. 25-13 mark. We'll get the number here in just a second. That's from number 18, Lowen. Now what you hope is that the floodgates don't open here and that Chemeketa ends up scoring at will. Barnes gets that one stopped. That one stopped. Nice stop that time. Trying to get that one in. Well, Lowen, but Raines was right there on the knees to get that one stopped. You can tell as you watch this game that even though Rogue has players out there, even some of them are not feeling super well, are limping and moving a little slowly. But it is the last game of the season, so go out and play and get your rest another day, I guess. One of those is Gutierrez, and Gutierrez is just about done. Can hardly walk, let alone run, although she's trying to run. In the middle it goes, trip. That'll go the Storm's way. Storm have it back. I lost it momentarily. Now they try to push it through. Do the Osprey, but the Storm is right there. Leaving it behind. And kicking it out of bounds finally. Leaving it behind that time for the Storm was Lowen. Now it'll be inbounded. Chemeketa inbounds it. They'll take it. Trying to get it back. The Osprey are struggling with that. And the Storm have it again. Around, push, yes. Getting shoved that time was Thornton. Getting ready to kick for the Storm, and kicking way too high was Kiger. Kiger knew it as soon as she kicked it, rolling her eyeballs at herself. Over on the sideline for Chemeketa. number 4 coming into the game. Tylee's Brathwaite. Going out, Sky D. Heiser. Lowbill has it knocked away. Has to go way back outside. Now fires, but Rains will catch it on the fly. Storm will have it right back though. Here comes the Storm one more time. There's another one. It's wide right. That's another one by Lemus. Most of the shots for Chemeketa have come from 25, 30 yards. So it's not like they're getting up close to make things work. They're just firing away at will. Rogue retains possession of the ball. Getting it through, knocking it away, not getting it through. Getting it back is the Storm. Rains will grab that out of bounds. Storm will take the punt, and then the Ospreys get it right back. Maybe. Nope. Gonna go out of bounds off of the Osprey. It's off of Hepner. There's a shot that's way too high. Thornton with that one. And a goal kick coming up for the Ospreys. Welcome back. Lippard's Carpet One of Bedford and Grants Pass. We welcome them back. And State Farm agent Rory Wold of Medford, along with Crater Car Wash in the Rogue Valley. We thank you for partnering with Table Rock Sports again in 2025. There are 3 great additions to our sponsor roster. Out of bounds to the Osprey. And out of bounds to the Storm. I don't want to say that the Storm is not playing inspired or playing hard, but I think their coach would say that they're not playing inspired right now. It's almost like they figure we'll just turn it on in the second half and it'll be fine. Lowen tried to head that one in but could not. There's a shot on goal, but it's going to go wide. Tiger with that one. Raines takes the goal kick. Here comes the Storm again. Into the middle. Now you have a breakaway. Maybe. Nope. And it's going to be Storm ball as Brathwaite, and McCallus were going at it. Can the Storm move it back down again? Or will the Osprey get this one stopped also? They played good defense as Rogue Community College. When you're playing this short-handed, a 2-0 score is nothing to be ashamed of. Raines will pull that out of the air. Raines will kick it off. And punt will be taken by the Storm. On Yoon Sun took it there. Into the middle. Getting there to knock it away is Michaelis is one of them. Raines takes that out of the air and rolls it. A Storm working it back down. Let's see if they can do anything with the last few times down into Osprey territory. They haven't done anything with it. Turned it over. The longer they let the Osprey hang around, the more the Osprey are going to get the idea they can win. That's punched away at the last moment. Goal kick. Another goal kick for the Osprey. Or, yeah, goal kick. So the stadium clock says we're about 4 minutes away from halftime. Reigns with another stop. Well, got about 3 minutes to go to halftime. And the Storm will inbound it again. Still leading this 2-0 on the John L. Scott scoreboard. There's a shot that Reigns will handle on one hop. Once again, Lemus. Reigns will roll it out. Fire it through, except that Lowen is there. The Osprey trying to work it downfield. Actually, it played very well this half. I mean, you can't expect much more when you're handicapped 3 players. Storm trying one more time to get it into the net before the half. There's one. No, that dribbler rounder is handled. Kiger getting it off. And we should be just about done here with the first half. Playing some extra time. And there is halftime. So we've made it to halftime, and at halftime, on the John L. Scott scoreboard, Chemeketa leads this one 2-0 over the Rogue Osprey. The Medford Parks and Recreation Department invites you to the Rogue Credit Union Community Complex for open swim, drop-in sports, and sports leagues. You can also see the events taking place at roguexmedford.com. Join the fun at the Rogue X. John L. Scott scoreboard shows a 2-goal lead for Chemeketa. John L. Scott. They have offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene.
It's game time! And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you.
Former athletes.
Parents.
Community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes and stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Want surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life? Now's the time to call State Farm agent Rory Wold in Medford.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This has been my profession for 30 plus years now. I really love my work. We try to source as many ingredients as we can, as local as possible, like local fruits and vegetables. We have a menu like you would find in any nice restaurant. We don't make it until you order it, so everything will be coming out fresh. We do have wonderful desserts here as well. Every day you have 5 or 6 options as far as a fresh dessert go. People are bringing their friends and family and wanting to show off what we have here to offer.
Come take a tour of Twin Creeks and meet our award-winning.
For over 50 years, each day has started with a smile, a helping hand, and a promise to be there when you need us most. Delivering on that promise are our hard-working, dedicated employees. At Sherms, we're proud to be an essential part of our community and look forward to keeping our selection, quality, and value where our customers deserve for many years to come. Sherms Food for Less and Thunderbird Market.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Enjoy Abby's Pizza at your place. Close your eyes and you can taste old-fashioned values, classic pizza parlor decor, and generations of tradition. Recreate that magic. Open your eyes and head to abbys.com. With pickup and delivery options, no matter where you dine, Abby's just tastes better.
When you work with Hart Insurance Agency, you'll experience the quality service and attention to detail that you'll only find with an independent insurance agency. Hart Insurance Agency was founded in 1947 and is one of the largest independent, locally owned agencies in Southern Oregon, with offices in Grants Pass and Medford. Their experienced team of agents have the knowledge to design, place, and to manage your personal and business insurance plans. Find out more. Visit hartinsurance.com.
Here's a good-looking pizza, guaranteed to bring some smiles. And right now, it's on sale, so it's good for your wallet too. This giant is loaded with toppings and can feed up to 6 people. Order at abbys.com. Give us a call or just drop by. Only at Abby's Legendary Pizza.
Welcome back to the Medford Parks and Recreation Department halftime report. And a couple of scores and goals on the board. All of them for Chemeketa, as they scored early on, about 6 minutes into the ball game, just below 7 minutes, when Claisa Lemus put one in. And that was followed up about halfway through the first half when Emery Lowen put one in and made it a quick 2-0 lead. And since then, Rogue has held its own, and it hasn't lost the lead yet. Well, I said they never had the lead, but they've held them to 2 points, 2 goals since then. So they're playing pretty good. As we say, Rogue is playing shorthanded. They've only got 8 players today, and so they're playing 11 on 8. That's a little tough to do, but they're holding their own at this hour. We'll see how things go when the second half gets underway. We'll take a look at what else is going on in the South region of the Northwest Athletic Conference when we return after this, as you're listening to the Medford Parks and Recreation halftime report on TableRockSports.net.
The Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Medford Superstore wants to buy your vehicle. So we'll beat any other dealer's offer to buy your vehicle by $500. And if we don't buy your vehicle, we'll fill up your gas tank. Only at Lithia Dodge.
Luxurious Karastan flooring. The flooring you need to live beautifully. It's time to enjoy savings with style during the National Karastan Month Journey into Savings event. Get a free Karastep carpet cushion and capture the lowest prices of the season with every purchase. And ask about special zero-interest financing during National Karastan Month, exclusively at both Lippert's Carpet One locations, Medford and Grants Pass.
The Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Medford Superstore wants to buy your vehicle. So we'll beat any other dealer's offer to buy your vehicle by $500. And if we don't buy your vehicle, we'll fill up your gas tank. Only at Lithia Dodge.
Discover the Crater Advantage at Crater Car Wash today. Scan the QR code and sign up for your free $18 wash. Crater Car Wash. Clean. Dry. Fast.
What is a getaway? Is it leaving the familiar behind? Or discovering a place that feeds your hunger? Where passion sings, food is a culture, and every performance demands an encore. So let the journey be your destination. Then feast your eyes and nourish your soul in Southern Oregon. Your reservation starts when you travel Medford.
Discover the Crater Advantage at Crater Car Wash today. Scan the QR code and sign up for your free $18 wash. Crater Car Wash. Clean. Dry. Fast.
Sports are in trouble, and officials are in extreme demand.
So we're looking for people like you.
Former athletes,
parents, and community members.
What it takes is attention to detail,
a positive attitude, and respect for the game.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
Because the hard truth is,
no ref, no game. Play ball.
RCC provides a unique learning education experience where they don't just teach you the head knowledge so that you come out understanding your craft, but they also give you the hands-on experience where you can end up mastering your craft. Taking the first step is the best thing that you could do for your life. So contact RCC today, schedule a tour so that you can begin your journey so that your dreams can become your reality as well. I found my path at RCC.
I love being a nurse, and RCC was the best way for me to start as a nurse. There's so many options for nursing pathways and healthcare jobs. I'm just so grateful that through RCC's nursing program, I was able to be a successful ICU nurse right out of the gate. Becoming a nurse through RCC changed my life. So I encourage anyone who's looking for a change in your personal or professional path to check out RCC. I found my path at RCC.
Are you ready to sink your teeth into an exciting career in healthcare? Look no further than Rogue Community College's Dental Assistant Certificate Program. Our hands-on training prepares you for success in this high-demand field. Gain real-world experience in our state-of-the-art labs. RCC's Dental Assistant Program gives you a chance to secure a good-paying career in a thriving field. Whether you're starting out or advancing your career, RCC sets you on the path to a financially secure future. Learn more to earn more at RCC. Your path to a fulfilling career starts here. Enroll today.
RCC prepared me for this career path by giving me the tools and experience from my teachers to help guide me where I needed to go, along with the flexibility to choose my own career path. I think the connection between college and success in life is the ability to explore aspects of education that you never thought was possible. So if you're interested in welding, fabrication, or designing, please reach out and contact RCC. I found my path at RCC.
Welcome back to the Medford Parks and Recreation halftime report. As right now, Chemeketa has a 2-0 lead over the Rogue Osprey. Let's take a quick look at what else is going around the conference here. It's almost time to start the second half. Umpqua is hosting Portland up at Sutherland High School this afternoon. That game is underway. Umpqua is the second team right now in this region, and Portland couldn't catch them, but it could catch Lane, as Lane takes on Southwest Oregon, I would believe. I think that's the only combination left. Nope, they're taking on Clackamas, but that'll be later tonight. So Clackamas cannot catch Portland, I'll tell you that. But Portland could catch Lane. Lane is taking on Southwest Oregon, and so that they could catch each other. Maybe. No, actually Portland would take the lead. If they won and Lane lost, Portland would be in third place. Lane would drop to fourth. Clackamas is stuck in fifth right now. So a lot of interesting ups and downs yet to go, and it's all going to be decided this weekend, as the next weekend they start doing the playoffs here for this Northwest Athletic Conference. It's about time to begin the second half. And we'll do that, I suppose, as soon as the clock tells us we can. We are at about 1 minute to go. So while you're watching, we will set up the clock to get going again. And also, while you're watching all of that, we will tell you that for almost 50 years, Bill's Glass has been the clear choice in Southern Oregon for your home, vehicle, or business needs. They are locally owned, family run. Bill's Glass supports our schools and communities. Well, Dan and I were just talking here in the booth. This has not been a game of great energy on either side or by the fans. There's just not a lot of energy in the stadium right now. Everybody's in enjoying the sun, but they're certainly not being energetic about it. So we'll see if they get a little more energy today or in this second half. I'll try to maybe pick up a little more noise for you. I don't know if we can. Barely, huh? Yeah, we'll leave it there. The Osprey will begin with the ball in half number 2. 45 minutes left in their season. And the Storm have it pretty quickly here. And are pushing. Vrains is going to get there first. Talk about Rogue having only 8 players. It doesn't look like that the Storm have a whole lot more than 11 themselves. Their roster indicates that they have a whole lot more than that, though. I don't see too many of them on the bench. Chemeketa with it and trying to push it through again, but having difficulty doing so. Either that or they have a very laid-back attack. There's a shot on goal. Got it. Thornton nails that one. There was nobody to stop Thornton that time. They'll just let it go out of bounds, and then the Storm will throw it in. And to do that, now Nanoski. A whistle. Osprey ball. Getting ready to kick it for the Osprey is Michaelis. Headed away, and here come the Storm. Around, nope. Now set it up again. Getting it through, gonna have it punched away, but not deep enough The Storm will rescue it, send it right back to the middle. Get it back again. Set it up. Ooh, that's way wide right. Low one. Way off the mark on that one. You can tell these soccer officials probably played soccer. They can kick a ball exactly where they want it to go. You know how hard that is? It takes great skill. Now here comes the Storm one more time. Osprey have it, but can't get it advanced. Into the middle one more time. Oh, there's nobody there. Tripping. Osprey will have a kick. Official telling him to back it up. Back it way up. 10-yard penalty. Had it out to 25. He told him back it up to the 15. Here comes the Storm again. See what they do this time. They've tried. They've had it down there a couple of times. They haven't been able to do anything. They have it there again, and Varnes is on it. Varnes will get that away. But unfortunately, it goes right to Brathwaite. Now here comes the Storm. Except there's nobody there to receive that pass except a green shirt. There's a shot on goal. That one's wide right. Or make it left. Kiger trying to put that one in, but wide left. Usually when they get down there, it is so bunched up. That might not have been Kiger. That might have been Lowen. 18 and not 8. Usually when they get down there, though, the players are so bunched up you can hardly see anything. The Storm right now, because of the way things are, they have humongous spacing. They're doing a good job at using that spacing. Here comes Thornton. Can she get around? No. She can get it right back out to the middle, though. There's another shot on goal, too high. Lemus hitting the crossbar of the goalpost, bringing up a goal kick for the Osprey. There's a kick over. Brathwaite. Nope, can't control that. Osprey will just boot it out of bounds. on time to get the ball. Discover the vibrant lifestyle at Twin Creeks Retirement in Central Point. Enjoy spacious apartments, gourmet dining, and enriching activities at a welcoming community. Learn more at TwinCreeksRetirement.com. There to get that through. Ooh, Varnes is going to get there first. That's a good thing because that was going to be in the net the way that was going. Ashley Lopez was the one chasing that down and had a shot at it, except Varnes got there first. Gutierrez. The Osprey trying to get it downfield, but out of bounds. That's off of the foot of Alondra Gomez. There's saying not much energy at this game. It's not a high energy game that Chemeketa just they're playing as hard as they have to play to win the game. Let's put it that way. I think the coach is going to say that's probably not going to work in the next game, which will be the first round of the playoffs, but they probably know that. Here we go again. Shot on goal. Yes. And it looks like that's Thornton again. Players have her covered up so you can't see the number, but I believe that's Thornton if she ever turns around one way or the other. That would not be Thornton. It looks like that's actually Lowen. Huh? Number 8? Kiger? Well, my cameraman, who usually has a better view than I do, says number 8, so we'll give it to Kiger. Bathwaite. Back out to Lemus. The Storm will set it up again. Here they come. Push it through. They're going to kick it away. Bathwaite will just let it go out of bounds. This is going to be Osprey ball when they get ready to throw it in. And this will go the other way now. Osprey trying to get it going down, but when you send it along, the unfortunate truth for them is the only people there are green shirts. I mean, just the players from the Storm team. That's all that's left. They can't. There's a shot on goal. Nice save by Vrains, though. Gets a hand up and makes that one go out of bounds. It'll be a corner kick for the Storm. And to do that will be Low Bill. But if Vrains hadn't put a hand on it, that one was going into the upper portion of the net. It's up. A little too far. Chemeketa trying to get a hold. Nope, that's going to be a foul on the Osprey. I think I've fallen behind on my scoreboard over here. So I'll fix it so it at least reflects the right score, because that's what it is. It's 4-0 at this point. We have about 30 minutes left in this game. It's up. It was a good idea, but wasn't executed as well as the idea was, as Kiger took it over to the right side of the net and had two players there, but couldn't get it to go the right direction after that. The Osprey have it back. Could have probably gotten that one right through, but the Storm pulled it back out. And the Osprey will just boot it out of bounds. I think the Storm probably could have gotten that through. Been lined up for a pretty easy goal, but they pulled it back out instead. Substitution coming in for Chemeketa. Coming to inbound it now is Bethwaite. Gutierrez. Now, the Storm are going to take it back. They get it ahead, back into the middle, fire on the goal, wide left. Stockwell with that shot. But again, that was from 30, 35 yards out. They're not shooting point blank. And it's going to go out of bounds. Storm ball. Here comes the Storm again. Into the middle. There's a shot on goal, but Farnes has that one. Again, that was Lowen taking a shot at it. Chemeketa getting it down there. Farnes will kick it out of bounds. No corner kick coming up on this one, though. Lemus will inbound it towards the goal and out of bounds. Now that will be a corner kick. Lemus to do the corner kick. Into the middle. The only person gets it is Varnes. She pulls it down out of the air. Osprey looking to put points on the board. About 25 minutes to get it done. A little less than. And Varnes will pull that one out of the air. I'll try it again. As the storm keeps firing away down there. But like I say, they're not really shooting point blank. It's not like they're getting deep into the goal box and 5-6 yards away. They're shooting from 15 or more away. So I'm not sure how good the goal rate is at that point. Bathwaite to Lemus. Back it up again. And they'll try it another time. Here come the storm one more time. Lemus. Nobody there. Except a couple of white shirts representing the Osprey, but that's it. Although they have it back. Pushing it in a little bit and around. Shooting on goal, too high. Kiger, too high on that one. Check out the new Sports Voice in Southern Oregon, the A Sports Radio, AM 1300, FM 107.9, and streaming live at theasportsradio.com. 5 live NFL games per week, along with NCAA and SOU football action. Weekdays, it's the Rich Eisen Show, our weekday local show, Tee It Up Southern Oregon with Joe Brett, and John Canzano's Bald-Faced Truth, the A Sports Radio. Back to Chemeketa. Storm trying to get it back to the middle again. Can't do it. Taken away by the Osprey, but they'll get it right back before it goes too far. Lemus to the other side. Back in the middle it goes. Lemus. Right back to Lemus. That's taken by Varnes. Here comes Bathwaite. Out of bounds. Oh, we have a child that wants to play. We have two children that want to play. Well, that's going to work out. Here come the Ospreys again. And back out of bounds, but they will keep possession. Lemus ahead, but Varnes will grab that. Bathwaite over to Lemus. Get it ahead. Gooder is almost intercepted. Thornton. No, Varnes will tip it away. That'll bring up a corner kick for Chemeketa. Maybe. There we go. Well, somebody's starting to go over there. Two somebodies are going over there. Okay, only one of you can kick it. We have three over there. There's a discussion. Oh, they decide they're not going to do the real corner kick. They're going to bring it. Varnes will take that down. So they tried to just do a little kick, get it out to the side, and catch Rogue off guard, but it was up in the air, and Varnes grabbed it, so that didn't work either. There's another shot on goal. Varnes has that one. But again, that was from a little over 15 yards away. Nice save that time by Michael Lispit. Here's Thornton. Yep, Varnes will grab it. The Osprey just holding on here now. Lemus playing hard though. What's that? Nope. I have an offside way over there. Barnes is going to take the kick. Into the middle, Thornton has it. The Osprey take it away, but can't do anything with it but give it back. Medford is your sport ground as they make a substitution. Where the West Coast comes to play, visit travelmedford.org/sports to learn more about the many tournament venues, outdoor opportunities, and the event calendar to find out what's going on. There's a shot on goal, and Varnes will knock it away. Lowen had it go in the right direction. Varnes with a diving save that time. Now we're going to do the same thing again here as you watch Chemeketa set this up. They're going to have two players over there. Thornton is one of them. And I'm going to give it off to Thornton. Thornton will put it in the middle. Lowen. Nope. Out of bounds. And the Osprey will have a goal kick. Thornton. One hop. Range grabs that. And now it'll go out of bounds. No. If ref says no, let's not try that stunt. Maybe an injury? Yes. Gutierrez. She's been limping ever since the beginning of the game, so now the Osprey are down to 7 players. Make it even worse, huh? Oh, she got by. Can she get it in? No. just wide left. That was Hepner had an empty net, an empty goal, and sent it wide left. Hernandez, Holweg had come out way too far. Almost had it in. Had it set up beautifully. Now we're down to close to the final 9 minutes of the game. You may not get another good chance like that again. And just punch that out of bounds. So we'll put the glasses on the bench. Yeah, it looks like Gutierrez is being stretched out. She's probably done for the day. So it'll be 11 on 7. Or 7 on 11, whichever way you want to do that. But the Osprey at a huge disadvantage. We can put it that way. There's another diving save by Vrains. Gets back up in time. That was by Lesma. There's another diving save. Lemus. A couple of shots on goal, but Varnes denies both of them. Now they have to chase it down. And they'll set it up again. Will the Storm. Varnes at this point may have to be the MVP for the Rogue Ospreys in this game. She's the only thing that's kept it from getting worse. That one goes wide left, but she'll grab it on a couple of bounces. Fighting hard for it right here in front of us. Watching it go out of bounds. Yes, playing that very smartly was Hepner. Throwing it in was Jones. That's going to go the other way towards the Storm. Went somewhere. There it is. Under 6 minutes remaining in the game. I see my clock is a little behind the stadium clock, about 4 or 5 seconds, but it might be absolutely accurate too, depending on how the referee timed it down there. There's Varnes kicking it out of there. And then kicking it out of bounds. The ref was looking at his clock. I was talking to them between games. I was remarking on the number of yellow cards there were in the first game. There were a lot of yellow cards. Probably 3 or 4. They looked at me and said, it's a pretty tame game, considering what they usually see, so I guess we did okay the last game, the men's game. It's kicked out of bounds by the Osprey. But I do a lot more high school soccer than I do college soccer, so high school you don't see that many yellow cards given out. Mostly because if you get a yellow card in high school, you're headed to the bench. By rule, not because of the coach, but by rule, you're headed to the bench for a while. I don't know how long you have to sit in the penalty box, as it were, but you have to sit there for a while anyway. Here, you get a yellow card, you're okay, you'll keep playing. Get a red card, you're out of the game, plus the next one. Not just a half, you miss the whole game, the next one. So red cards are pretty severe. There's a weak attempt by Thornton. I say weak because there wasn't a whole lot on that one. Out of bounds, that will be Osprey ball. At this point, nobody's in any great hurry. I have just a little over 2.5 minutes to go, and nobody's running to anything. There's a shot on goal, but Whole wedge will stop that. And out. Chemeketa. That isn't right. Chemeketa. Got that wrong on my head. 2 minutes. 2 minutes approximately to go in the game. Then they're back to Varnes, and Varnes will boot it out of there. Varnes will roll it over. Varnes comes and gets that one. Seconds to go now. And keep away is what the Storm will play here for the last few seconds. Now, Varnes isn't going to allow that. She's going to grab that one before it can go out of bounds. Give it a boot. So they're just going to run the clock out. Storm is not going to even try to do anything beyond that. We do have a few seconds of stoppage time, I guess, because the ref out on the field has yet to stop play. Actually, he's going to give him one more kick if they back it up. 5-yard penalty this time. They received a 10-yard last time. 5 yard this time. And that, he says, is the end of the game. So, played about 38 seconds more or so than it looked like we would play. That's the end of the game. We invite you now to stay tuned for the Know Your Role post-game show. Visit travelmedford.org/knowyourrole to see how this campaign is changing the culture of youth sports for the better and learn more about your sport ground where the West Coast comes to play. We will recap the scoring when we return with all of that on the post-game show, the Know Your Role post-game show on TableRockSports.net.
The Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Medford Superstore wants to buy your vehicle. So we'll beat any other dealer's offer to buy your vehicle by $500. And if we don't buy your vehicle, we'll fill up your gas tank. Only at Lithia Dodge.
Whether it's game day or a family get-together, Sherm's has the quality products and prices that will make you cheer. Sherm's Thunderbird Market, Medford's original discount grocery store.
You want diverse venues? We got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
The Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Medford Superstore wants to buy your vehicle. So we'll beat any other dealer's offer to buy your vehicle by $500. And if we don't buy your vehicle, we'll fill up your gas tank. Only at Lithia Dodge.
Welcome back to the Know Your Role post-game show. As you can see on the John L. Scott scoreboard, Chemeketa wins this one 4-0 over Rogue. John L. Scott, they have offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene. The way the scoring looks is all Chemeketa Storm. They, in the first half, we'll catch up here yet. Cleisa Lemus scored, as well as Emery Lowen. And that all came probably about the first half of the first half. The other came in the second half, came about halfway through the second half. I'll take that back, not so much. That came in the first few minutes of the second half. They, Myra Thornton got on the board, as well as Tatum Kiger. And so that was your four goals for the Chemeketa Storm. The Rogue Ospreys end their season with this game, but not so much Chemeketa, as they now are 9-0-3 in conference play, 9-1-4 overall, and they will move along to the NWAC playoffs, which for them will begin November 8th, because they'll be one of those that will have a bye during that first week. That takes place, I think the first game, I was told earlier, takes place about November 5th. So that's kind of where that's at for them. But meanwhile, the Rogue Osprey, their season will end, and they will regroup and see what they can get done again next season. Playing shorthanded, playing with a young team. Season probably went about like it would be expected to go. And so we'll see if they can get some more players next year and get a little more experience, get some of these players to return. So they're playing with some experience. Thank you for watching today's broadcast. We'd like to thank Rogue Community College for hosting the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night on TableRockSports.net. And we'd like to thank the officials for being here for tonight's contest and for answering questions as I hassled them before and after all the games. Visit TableRockSports.net to see when our next live high school sports events are scheduled. Again, the final score on the John L. Scott scoreboard, Chemeketa 4, Rogue nothing. This has been a presentation of TableRockSports.net. Our executive producer is Joe Brett. With Dan Hartwell, I'm Terry Ross saying thanks for watching and good night from Lithia and Drive Fields in Medford, Oregon.